here at RSA 2024 with Karl from Noname. Karl, for those that don't know, what does Noname do?
Oh, thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me again. So I'm Karl Mattson. I'm the CISO for Noname Security.
Yeah.
We do API security for the full life cycle of an API. So we testing, configuration, threat detection. It's the API and everything in its life cycle is what we focus on securing.
That's really good, and something that's sorely needed with kind of the increasing number of kind of SaaS applications that are being pushed out there. It's definitely a worthy cause. Something that I've heard across the show floor is people saying data security. Oh, it's really difficult. It's really hard. Is that something that you believe is true? And if so, why is that?
Well, I think data security is getting harder because we've got new types of data stores. Our old legacy databases and desktops and email communication vehicles, those are still there. But now when we introduce new types of data stores like data lakes, whether it's like Amazon Redshift or Snowflake instances, there are new places where we have to identify, classify, protect data, some of which is trafficking data via API, which is where we come in. But also a next generation of data security technologies addresses those new kinds of data stores, but the old data stores don't go away.
No.
The old disk drive on our computers and servers, it's still there. We just have entered new assets into the equation.
Yep, so infinitely more complicated. Another thing we've been discussing is security frameworks. There seems to be like a big discussion at the moment. Everyone seems to have their go-to favorite framework, be it ISO 27001, a SOC 2 Type 2 letter, FedRAMP, NIST. Is there a go-to security framework? If so, what's your one?
So I come from a banking background.
Yeah.
So for me, the FFIEC Information Security Handbook, it's what I grew up on. And so it's the framework that I'm accustomed to. It's the language that I use for security. And I think it's the NIST CSF and the new version of NIST CSF that probably is the most universal. In banking, we like FFIEC, but NIST CSF is kind of the Rosetta Stone that people from manufacturing and different verticals can look at NIST CSF and see their program largely in those constructs.
Absolutely, that makes a lot of sense. So last year when we spoke, AI was the big thing. Everybody seemed to have AI all over their stands. Everyone was going crazy over AI. This year, are you seeing that? It seems a little bit more tempered to me, but kind of what's been your experience?
Well, you're absolutely right. There was a lot of hype about AI last year, but this year, the hype is gone. And so now it's about reality. It's about the practical use of AI, which we're seeing in parts. We see companies developing solutions that are AI-centric, but you can't get away with just saying it's AI something anymore, because now we're all smart enough to know what these words mean. And so now there's only a couple of companies who are addressing AI-specific risks, and we're expecting them to deliver. And so we're seeing that now on the show floor. It's not hype, it's about delivering on like securing AI practices or securing data, securing models. It's good that we're out of the hype cycle. Now we're getting into more of the practical reality. The practical reality is a little boring sometimes.
Yes.
So
hype's always good, but we have to, as you say, return to practical reality.
It desered the hype though. AI is a transformational sort of technology as internet service and moving to the cloud was. It's a transformational moment, so it deserves the attention it's getting. But now we're rightly adjusting our expectations.
Exactly, we're maturing our approach.
We're asking vendors to show me and prove it, show it, prove it, and make it real, not just scare me about what's coming.
Exactly, that's great, and that's been great, Karl. Thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thanks for having me.